Hey guys, today we're going to talk about the DQG Tiny AA flashlight. DQG is a flashlight brand that is known for making small flashlights. They often sacrifice high-end power for smaller, more compact flashlights. And just to give you a quick size comparison, this is a normal size AA, the Claris M17, which is actually a pretty small AA by most standards. And here is a AAA light. So as you can see, this thing kind of falls in between the AAAs and the AAs as far as size. This one here is the brass version. It does come out occasionally in different formats. Sometimes you'll see it in stainless steel or titanium, different finishes. This one here just happens to be the brass one. I'll put a link to that down in the description so you can check it out. I think GearBest has it right now for like 25, of course subject to change, coupons and all the flash sales that they do run. So let's go over the numbers real quick. This is a simple 3-mode flashlight with the low mode being 2.5 lumens, so it's a really, pretty low, almost moonlight. Middle mode is 35 lumens, and you'll get 8 hours out of that. And high mode is 160 lumens that you get 1.5 hours out of. This also has support of 14500 lithium ion batteries, and you'll get around 200 lumens out of that. Operation is simple. It's a twist head. So you just simply tighten it, and we'll turn it on, loosen and tighten it back up to switch between your 3 modes. Simple, easy. What a lot of you guys like. Alright, so let's talk about how this thing is built. You can see we have a stainless steel pocket clip here that comes on and off. It detaches relatively easy. No issues with it coming out of the pocket. It has a good fit. It's a little on the thin side, but I haven't had any issues with it coming out of the pocket yet. It does have a magnetic base, fairly strong magnetic base. The light will definitely hold itself up in various different positions. There's also a small hole for a keychain split ring, and the cool part about this is, and they did have the foresight to put cutouts in the end here so that you can fold this down and the light can lay flat even though that keychain ring is there. Very cool. I always like it when manufacturers think of these things. TIR lens and the XPG2 LED, which puts out, it's kind of a contradiction there. You have an LED that puts out a very fine beam, and then you have an optic that spreads it out. So it's kind of weird little awkward thing going on there that they kind of contradicted themselves with. Construction wise, this is very nice. The machining seems to be very good. The threads are very smooth. We will open this up. Has very fine, very smooth threads inside, and the batteries hold actually really tight because of the magnet in the back. That magnet kind of holds the batteries in place. In the back, what you're going to have is a brass button to make contact with the battery, and in the head you're going to have another brass button and a small piece of plastic that will give you polarity protection by protecting that little button. Yeah, so you do have that. It's a physical means for reverse polarity. Alright, so we're going to go over here. We're going to start throwing in some pictures and maybe some video on the side here. First, we're going to talk about performance, and hopefully by this point you're starting to see some runtime charts, which I'm now going to start adding to videos. And what you can see here from these charts is that this actually has a very regulated output, whether it be using 14500s or rechargeable AAs or alkalines. It puts out a very similar output. 160 and 200 lumens are very close. In fact, your eye really can't tell much of a difference between them. So it has a very good, very well regulated. Very different, in fact, from something like this Claris that puts out 800 lumens, but instead can only do it for a minute or two. So it's a completely different philosophy of light in that you basically are the tortoise rather than the hare. You're going slow and steady with a lower output. Some people, a lot of people in fact, prefer this because for most people a 800 lumen mode that only lasts 1 or 2 minutes is not very useful to them. Run times are pretty good on the high mode. You're going to get, pretty much over an hour, pretty much no matter what kind of battery you use. And yeah, I mean, overall this thing is built well. It looks nice. It's very functional. It works good. And the size, what you're talking about here is a less than 3-inch flashlight that is literally half an inch wide. It's relatively heavy because it is, of course, brass, but what you got is a very classy looking EDC flashlight. Now, I am a fan of the E-switch. I like it. It gives you more access to different modes and more capabilities with a flashlight, so I have grown to love them over the last year, but not all of my viewers are like that. A lot of them rely on and prefer the old twist style head, and this is just that. So for those guys who want a AA light that can handle all 3 chemistries, alkaline, nickel metal hydride, and lithium ion, put out a steady input, or makes a steady output, and also has features like keychain, magnetic tail cap, and the TIR lens. This puts us into a very nice category for EDC lights for people who want this sort of light. They like that simplicity. They don't want strobes. They don't want blinky modes. They don't want anything like that. It makes it very easy for those guys to make this kind of decision. And with that price, it's very, decent price. A lot of the flashlights on the market that are comparable are, $30 and up. So with this, you do get, I think, a very good price for what you're getting. There's very few solid brass flashlights on the market that you can get for this price, and plus just the regulation of the modes, how steady the output is, quality of the machining, all that really lends to an excellent little light for the money. So I gotta say, this isn't my style. It isn't my favorite type of light that I would like for EDC, but I do have to say, I have to recognize that this is built well, it's good quality, and it fits a lot of guys' needs. Would I carry this? Absolutely. But would I rather carry a light with an E-switch like the Claris? Yes. But it's that matter of preference. Some guys do not like E-switches. They do not like the battery being drained. They do not like coming out in their pocket. They want twist heads. So this is there for those guys. It is a nice little buy for the money, and just you look at the machining, the knurling, how well it's built, just how nice it looks in the pocket too. It's just very well, nice crisp, clean reflector, nice optic on there, just very well built, very well put together. Just a very nice little light for what you're getting. I definitely think this is one of the better lights you're going to get for that money in that $20 price range. So hope you guys enjoyed. This was the DQG Tiny AA.